Jason, tell me a little bit about the factory. How big is this factory?
200,000 square feet.
200,000 square feet, right? And we're going to walk through the line. So tell me a little bit about what we're going to see here today.
Okay, so we're going to see automated saws, wall framing, and bridges.
Okay.
And we're going to see magazines where we do additional mechanical, electrical, plumbing rough-in inside of our panels.
CombiLift is the largest global manufacturer of multi-directional forklifts and straddle carriers, a leader in long load handling solutions, offering a free warehouse and site optimization design service. CombiLift helps companies of all sizes and from every industry maximize the capacity, safety, and efficiency of their warehouse and storage facilities. A big thank you to Paul Short and the team at CombiLift for helping us all to build it better. Visit them at combilift.com. Forward Solutions Group is successfully driving companies to succeed where others have failed. Are you looking to start a factory, optimize your existing factory, streamline your production, or take your team to the next level? Whatever your needs are, Forward has a solution for you. Reach out to Ben at forwardsolutionsgroup.com.
All right, Jason, tell me a little bit about the factory. How big is this factory?
200,000 square feet.
200,000 square feet, right? And we're going to walk through the line. So tell me a little bit about what we're going to see here today.
Okay, so we're going to see automated saws, wall framing, and bridges.
Okay.
And we're going to see magazines where we do additional mechanical, electrical, plumbing rough-in inside of our panels.
I love it.
One of the interesting things you'll see here is our 40-foot long pieces of lumber.
Is that a true 4x4? 3x3? What is this?
This is a 4x3.
Yeah.
And so this is what we use for top plate material. It comes to us from Solid Timber Solutions. If you know Florian over at Solid Timber Solutions.
So you get this from Europe?
We do. We do.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is serious lumber right there. Why are you buying this from Europe?
First of all, the machine's like nice straight lumber. Second of all, the long length gives us the ability to optimize the manufacturing environment by keeping small elements combined into what we call multi-walls so that we can keep our workstations full. Imagine if we had to produce a 10-foot long wall, we took up a whole workstation that could service 40 feet.
Yeah. How important is the lumber when you have all this automation happening?
It's very important. It is a critical piece of the puzzle that gives you the ability to not only run the machines at their peak of performance, but it also gives you a higher grade end product.
Got it. Well, and on top of that, does it actually give you better efficiency with the machines because you're not having to find crowns and turn things? Like, how much time does somebody truly spend flipping and finding a crown?
Here at Blueprint Robotics, virtually none.
Yeah, and that's where the efficiency comes versus buying cheaper lumber. You buy the better lumber, and you're saving a whole lot of time on labor.
That is exactly it.
What do we have happening here?
They are processing wall panel components on the saw right now.
Okay.
This is the first stop in our machine manufacturing process.
So what's inside here?
So this is a Wyman WBZ saw.
Okay.
It drills, cuts, routes, mills. It is driven by the MWF framing software.
Got it.
And the machine file that MWF produces.
The robotic arm in there then switches out whether it needs to cut, whether it needs to route, whether it needs to mill. It feeds in from this side and comes out that side?
Correct. This is a dual spindle machine.
Yeah.
So it has a large saw spindle, and it also has a multi-head tool changer in it where tool components can be switched.
Tell me how the factory is running. So I see the lines coming this way. Is it serpentine or?
It is. One of our inefficiencies here is the serpentine line.
Yeah.
Originally, the factory was designed for closed wall panels.
Okay.
We don't currently produce closed wall panels, but that's why we have a series of flipping tables as well as trolleys to flip and move components because we have to access originally both sides of those components.
What purpose is this serving right now?
Right now, it is producing cuts for wall panels.
To cut your wall
plates, bottom plates, studs, cripples, headers, all of the typical components that go into a wall panel.
Yeah, well, it's the first start. All right, let's head over this way and walk us through, kind of what we're seeing here on the left. Is this the staging area of the cuts that are coming up?
This is staging areas for cuts. Everything is cut, tagged, and labeled.
Right.
To be produced, to be transported around the corner to the framing station.
I got it. All right. And so around the corner here is framing station?
Around the corner is framing station.
All right, we're going to head over there. How many people work at each station?
Our framing line primarily has about 7 people on it.
About 7 people on it.
7 people on this framing line.
Yeah, and how long is the framing line? I mean, it's a pretty good distance. That's the whole way we just walked.
It is. So our column spacing here is about 40 feet, and
Okay.
it covers about 4 column spacing. So we've got about 160 feet worth of framing line here. I see Paul Rossman up here. He is our director of manufacturing. We'll have him tell us all about this machine.
I love it. I love it. So we're at the framing station. Paul, why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on around us here?
Sure, yeah. So right now we're running exterior walls for one of our projects. Right now we got a lot of long 40-foot multi-walls where we put 2, 3, 4, even sometimes 5 walls into one 40-foot wall to make the process a little bit faster. So he just started the wall now. Right now he's putting in a window, a window frame. All the window frames come from, we call it the module station, where they have a separate print for the windows or doors.
Sure.
Anything that's called out as a module, which is built by the carpenter at the module station up there, rolled down in order, and the operator, his name is Justin, will take it down as the wall calls for it, and he's putting in the module now, and the studs come next.
And it's going to run through. Tell us a little bit about what is your job here on the plant floor?
So I'm the director of this factory in Baltimore. I manage all the people, the carpenters, mechanical, electrical, plumbing trades as well. All the operators. I actually started here years ago as an operator, and then got more into the file and technical side, and then now helping manage the people and run the show.
How long have you been here?
So total all 5 years.
Total 5 years. So walk me through how this works, right? So we got everybody in the offices, they come up with these great designs, they put everything together, right? But something has to talk to all the team members that are out here, all the machines that are out here. How does the process work and how do they know what they're building?
Well, all that information comes from our engineering design team. First they give myself and also our design technicians kind of an overview of the project, the order in which we're going to build it, and any special details. And then after that, we separate from the design team, make our own game plan, take all the individual wall designs, floor designs that we have, decide how we're going to build them in what order.
Yep.
And then we'll send down, I guess, like I call them batches of prints. So we'll do all the exterior walls or all the interior walls at once. And we have our own technicians to check all of that because it's not always perfect when it comes to us.
Yeah.
So we get to check all that first before it comes down to the floor for a seamless startup and building process down here. And we also have a master production list, which is sort of our schedule on the floor of how to build that. And we try to stick to that as best as we can.
Best you can. How does the automation work, Jason, with the data that has to come from the design files, from the office? And how is it actually marking the lumber? And because over on the racks, you were saying it all gets marked, it gets stacked. How does this all come together?
So there's functionality inside the MWF platform that allows us to isolate different components. So for Paul on the shop floor, he needs to build these large components you see on each side of us before the machine actually utilizes them. So the marker tool inside of MWF allows us to predefine an opening or predefine a set of elements. And those elements are then deployed through the automation in the MWF software throughout the building information model. Paul then receives a file for the machines to produce these goods and a work instruction for the carpenters here. So they can assemble these elements as an offline assembly that feeds into the automated framing machine.
That feeds into it. All right, so everything's fed here, everything's being put together. Where's this going to next?
Next, it's gonna slide down the production line, be tilted up, and put into a magazine where additional mechanical, electrical, plumbing, windows, and doors will be added.
Got it. So is that our next stop?
That's our next stop.
Let's walk over there and check it out. Come on. Hey, man, thanks so much. Appreciate it. You coming with us? You coming with us?
You want me to come?
You can come.
All right.
How do you like this type of construction versus being out on a job site, putting sill plates down on icy, cold Baltimore mornings?
I can tell you, I like it a lot more. The weather is one thing, but also just everything's a little bit more controlled in here, especially you're not having to deal with I mean, I hate to say it, but theft, like job sites are getting things stolen all the time. It's like just to control inventory, materials, keep track of all that. And people, I mean, not just myself, but also the carpenters, electricians, plumbers, they like it in here a lot more as well.
Sure. Tight squeeze.
Tight squeeze.
All right, so I see. So we're inside where you guys have the wall mag. We're in the magazine.
We're in the magazine.
I love it. All right. So what's the importance of this station?
So the importance of this station is this is where we are able to add what we call value add components.
Okay.
Those are components that substantially move work from the field into the factory.
Got it.
Adding of pipes, wires, electrical boxes, and down further in the line, windows and doors.
Right. Walk us through what we're seeing here.
Yeah, so this is the, after the walls are finished, interiors and exteriors will come through this magazine. If they get MEPs, it'll be installed in here.
Yep.
As well as any kitchen, bathroom blocking, grab bar blocking, rail blocking. All of that's mostly installed in here. Whatever we can't get installed on the bridge, we'll install it in here. It's also a good place for us to check for quality if we're missing anything in the wall. If there's, a piece of wood that is cracked or needs to be removed and replaced, we'll do that all in here. So it's a really important place for quality checking as well.
Now, do you guys do fully enclosed wall systems when you have MEPs in?
We do not. We do not do fully enclosed wall systems. We have the capability.
Yep.
Typically in a multifamily situation, most of our customers don't have a need for that.
Yep.
And it helps with regulatory inspections.
Well, that's right. It can speed up the process as well. So, as this coming down here, what about sheetrock, gypsum board?
So some of the boarding products we do, some on the first bridge, some on the second bridge. We don't do a ton of gypsum board here at the factory because we do open wall panels.
Sure. Again, how does the digital twin here work in your favor?
So this is a great example of a complex area in a wall panel, right? We've got a lot of pipes, we've got a lot of penetrations. These penetrations are not drafted by a human hand. They are calculated and applied through the MWF software. So we have a pipe in the digital twin.
Okay.
It literally passes through, and MWF picks up that pipe and says, hey, I need a hole to a specific size to meet that pipe.
So the automation that we just saw over there is prepping all this lumber for the MEPs coming through.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Got it. Do we just do MEPs? You guys get into electrical or HVAC?
We do. So mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC, all of those things come into these magazines, depending on the specification of the project, and depending on what elements are in wall panels.
Yeah. The digital twin in a situation like this, I would have to imagine, is crucial. Because there's no room for mistake. I mean, this could be, what, a 5, 6, 8-story building, higher, who knows, right?
Right. So a lot of these components, the digital twin allows us to take these components early on in the manufacturing process and produce them offline.
Sure.
That makes these magazines move exponentially faster. And that was a big limitation for Blueprint Robotics 2 years ago, was the amount of manual work that was being done in these magazines made these magazines run slow. And this is the gate to out the door. This is how product gets out of the building. So we had to be able to speed this up. The digital twin gives us pre-built components that are pre-coordinated, and then we can assemble here. So this is an assembly magazine.
Got it. So this is already built at another station, the plumbing stacks, right? Or whatever they are. And then it's just a matter of plug and play. Once it's here, and that actually helps with your efficiency of labor in here too, I would imagine, right?
It does. Tremendous help in efficiency of labor.
How has labor been for you? You're a labor guy.
It's been great, actually, only with the standpoint, people that come here love to work here.
Yeah.
It's inside, they're not dealing with any of the elements. It's relatively, the temperature is pretty constant. It's a good place to work, I think. Everybody gets along, it's a good team environment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a great place to work, in my opinion.
You know, culture is so important to any business, especially a manufacturing environment, right? You and I have talked about culture over the years, several different times. How important is the culture of people feeling like a family, working together in this environment?
Yeah, well, everyone's together for 8 hours a day, every day, Monday through Friday. So I've been trying to instill a culture of just treat everybody, the way you want to be treated. That's one of the most important things, because there's a lot of pressure down here as well.
Yeah.
It's manufacturing. You want to be as efficient as possible and as fast as possible. And that can get, that can get frustrating and stressful. So, most importantly is to remember that, we're all here together every single day for 8 hours a day. So you want to make it, the best environment you possibly can with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the great things about Blueprint Robotics is because we have spent so much time together and because we're all working so hard to a common goal, we know about each other's struggles and successes in life. We know when people get married. Paul's getting married in a couple of weeks.
Congratulations, Paul.
We know when people have tragedies. We know when people have struggles. We've had 4 babies born this year. Not here at the building, but in the Blueprint family.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
It would be.
You'd have to name it Blueprint.
There you go. So we have those experiences here as a group, and that helps bond our company together and really helps foster a culture that is able to have a roots level movement to change the construction industry.
Right. How many team members do you have here?
We have 125 team members on the shop floor.
On the shop floor, and then obviously the office is booming with people working too.
We have about, between field operations and the office staff, we have about another 75.
Yeah. The people in this station, we're gonna get to talk to some of them?
We are right around the corner. We'll see some more.
We are? Well, let's go over there and have a conversation. What else are we gonna see over there?
We're gonna see an automated bridge that nails, cuts, and routes and drills.
Yeah.
And that processes the boarding piece of the wall panel. So after this station, if it requires exterior sheeting, then it will be processed in that workstation.
I love it. Hey man, thank you so much for taking time out of your day.
See you later, Paul. See you later.
Yeah. What's happening? I mean, this looks like the product's ready to go out the door. So what's next?
So right here where we're standing, we're in the middle of a trolley lane. So panels are going to either come out of this magazine and get packaged to go out of the building, or they're going to get on the trolley and they're going to ride over here to what we call Bridge 2, and it is an exterior wall sheeting bridge. So this is where you'll see exterior boarding put on the wall.
If there's a trolley, why are we walking?
It's a trolley for the panels, not for us.
Got some work going, some maintenance on the machines.
Always, it never ends.
Hey, listen, it's like a vehicle, you know? You put wear and tear, you got to adjust, and we're going to walk over here.
Yeah, it looks like Oscar and Jackie right over here. We can grab them.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, I see Vince over there miking them up. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. They got the saw running, so.
Oscar, Jackie, come on
over.
So
we're in another panel line here.
Dave, this is Oscar and Jackie.
Nice to meet you. Jackie, pleasure to meet you. Oscar, tell us a little bit about what you do here.
I'm the supervisor for this Blueprint Robotics.
You're the supervisor Blueprint Robotics for this station or the whole factory?
It's just for the wall line, yes.
Just for the wall line. How about you, Jackie? What is your job responsibilities?
¿Cuál es tu trabajo aquí en Blueprint Robotics?
Aquí en Blueprint Robotics tengo varios áreas donde trabajo.
She's got a lot of areas where she works.
A lot of areas where she works, so she's always moving around.
¿Siempre te estás moviendo?
Siempre me estoy moviendo. De repente estoy en área de pacao, estoy en área de flashing tape, estoy en área de inspeccionar paredes.
So sometimes she's in the area of packing out, sometimes in the area of the magazine, placing the walls in order.
También en área de papeleo.
And sometimes she does some paperwork also.
And does some paperwork as well. And how long have you both worked here now?
¿Cuánto tiempo hemos estado trabajando? I have been working here for 7 years, 7 years. ¿Cuánto tiempo has trabajado?
Un año.
Just about a year.
Yeah. What is your favorite part about working in here?
¿Cuál es la mejor parte la parte favorita?
Mi parte favorita aquí es mantener ordenado el magazine.
She maintains the magazine in order.
In order?
Yeah.
Dave, Jackie is understating what she does for us.
Yeah.
She makes sure that the magazines stay in order so that the product gets packed out properly.
Right.
She also helps guide the wall panels from the magazine into the exterior bridge. So that's a lot of coordination that Jackie handles for us through the building process to make sure that the product stays in order and gets to the right location, the right workstation.
Well, I kind of figured that. We've been walking around earlier. I saw her running the machines, right, in all the different areas, so I figured as much. Your job responsibility each and every day, like you're overseeing what's happening.
Exactly, yeah. I'm overseeing, and most likely it's the safety of the guys, making sure the production is in order, making sure materials and all, it's a tiny whole bunch of different things.
Prior to working here, did you have a background in construction, packaging, or?
I did on measuring in, it was a whole bunch of different things. Yeah. I did a little bit of carpentry. I came in as a machine operator, and then I started mostly doing all carpentry stuff. And then I became a supervisor for that.
How do you like how we're building today versus how we used to build, using robots and machines to do it?
It was a little bit different, but since I like construction, I really liking construction. And it was a mix for me, machine operator and construction. So it kind of just like that type of environment I was in. Right. And it made me feel real good. It was something I grew up in it.
You know, one of the things about automation in a manufacturing facility is it allows anybody to work. These panels are heavy.
Yes.
And you don't have to be big and strong, you know, like the other guy down there with his shirt all busting out.
Oh,
it allows all of us to work in the same environment and use our skills without having to be husky, you know, men just lifting stuff around everywhere, right?
Yeah.
It allows
really
for a more
nice.
diverse workforce.
Yeah, exactly.
We have about 20 ladies that work here in the factory.
20, yeah.
And for the most part, they're able to do the same things that all of the guys can do here. And it really does give us an opportunity to have a really solid and diverse workforce.
Right.
And we all know that through diversity, we get the best production.
And a lot of the factories that we travel in here in the States and around the world, we see, you know, there's a lot of women working in the factories, and it allows that diversity, you know, big or small. But it also, there's an attention to detail level that you find, you know, with somebody like yourself versus somebody like me, right? Like we talked about, give me a spreadsheet, I turn it into a possum. I'm not that guy. But I think there's a lot of value in that.
There is. There's a lot of value in finding the right jobs and the right opportunities for a lot of diverse people.
Yeah, for sure. So where do we head to next, right? We got shipping.
Shipping. We're going to walk around the corner and see pack out.
We're going to see the pack out, and then you guys do the pack out as well, right?
Yes, she does.
Yeah. Tell me what's involved in the pack out.
¿Qué es lo que cuando está empacado, qué es lo que usted hace? ¿En qué está envuelta?
Cuando estoy empacado, lo que hago es mantener que todas las paredes estén en línea y que estén completas.
She's got to maintain all the walls are in one of the magazines, so to make sure the pallet is complete within that one lane, so the guys can just come and get it out.
So walk me through that part, right? Because once it leaves here, it has to be in a specific order. So when it gets to the job site, people understand how this is going together, yes?
Whenever we start producing right from the module station from BZ,
yep.
We cut everything in order, okay? So we organize the production of walls according by pallet. Yep. So once we get it into the lanes, we just got the one pallet and we can get it out right away as we produce. She goes into the lanes, make sure all the walls are in there. She's got a list that she's got to go by. And just to make sure all the walls are in there so we can get it out right away.
And so when it leaves, Jason, you know, how do people at the job site know where to start?
So the way that they start is we have another great tech product, helps us organize all of this pack out, a product called Onyx.
Yeah.
And Onyx helps us plan our production process and keep our pallets organized. So what logistics team gets is a list of pack outs.
Okay.
So Jackie helps make sure that the bundles get completely filled with all of the right things. Then as we ship to the job site gets an assembly document that tells them this is the order of assembly. And that dictates the shipping and transportation sequence as well.
Got it.
So it's a culmination of efforts that is guided by, again, our BIM model and Gray Tech software.
Love it. All right, so pack out's where we're headed?
Pack out's where we're headed.
That's where we're going. Rachel, thanks so much. Appreciate you. Carlos, thank you. That wasn't so bad, was it? We're heading over to the packing line, right? And basically, this is where they prepare everything, like Jackie was saying, to be shipped out in an organized fashion.
Right. One of the things that our customers appreciate is that we cover all of our goods.
Yeah.
So they can sit outside for a while, get a little rain on them, and the tarps keep everything safe.
Got it. So basically, it's dry killing lumber that doesn't see the moisture, the rain, the snow.
That's it.
Right.
And our job is to dry in that building as quick as we possibly can dry it in.
Which is healthier, more sustainable. You don't end up with mold or mildew and all the things that causes problems here. We're going to stop here. So we got a lot of the packaging behind us. You got a yard full here, 11 acres.
We do.
Of storage facility, and that's how much work you have going out right now.
A ton of work. And of course, the factory always outproduces the job site. We keep that imbalance as an advantage to the timelines on the job site. The job sites are not waiting for us to deliver or to produce. They are always under pressure for our deliveries coming.
Perfect, perfect. So walk me through this process and how this gets to the job site. We touched on it a little bit earlier, but trucks pull in. How are these all staged? Are the numbers that we're seeing on these kind of the staging, what lot, what shipment?
They are. It's project, it's bundle numbers, it's pallet numbers, and our pack out list that we manage through Onyx is then turned into our load list. And our site personnel, they jump on an iPad, they make an order, and they're hopefully doing that a couple weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And our logistics team receives the order, sees the dates of delivery per pallet, and they pack it up and go.
All right, so here we are. We're at the shipping area, and I'm getting ready to head to a job site, so I'll be able to see some of this stuff installed.
Yep, you'll see some of this installed.
Jason, did we miss anything?
Nothing.
You know, this is what we do. We want to always bring what's happening, how it's happening. You guys are really pushing the envelope here. Can't thank Jerry enough for allowing us to come in here and film with you. I can't thank you enough for all your time and your team's time. So much appreciated, brother.
You're welcome. We appreciate you coming and spending time with us.
It's Baltimore, Maryland, Blueprint Robotics. We just did a factory tour. Now come to the job site with us. I'm Dave Cooper. We'll see you at the job site.
What an amazing show. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us to continue to bring all of these innovative conversations to all of you out there. Please visit them, see what they have to offer you, and as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring that bell. It would mean the world to us. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching.